Alright, welcome back to another video, beautiful people. If you're new, welcome. My name is Kristina Day and welcome to Spiritual Selfish channel, where we are designing our life by putting the focus on ourselves first so that we can create and put ourselves into overflow and then support humanity and support the world. So today I want to talk about a really interesting topic, but I feel it's so crucial, guys. And it is the embodiment piece. So as some of you may know, for the last 6 weeks I've been in Bali. When I came back to Latvia, I co-created, co-facilitated a retreat, Healing the Heart retreat here in Latvia. And something that really popped in my mind is the amount of new information that was present in my field, new coding, new frequencies, and how my awareness started to expand over, the last 2 months, because I've been exposed to many new things, and which, by the way, is key. If you want to, shape your reality in a certain way, you need to put yourself in an environment that will help you to get there, right? So as I started to finally settle in, back home, finally feeling more grounded and anchored, and this specifically was real present in a day I came back after the Healing the Heart retreat, which made me realize that I came after Bali, didn't have much time to actually sit down with myself and integrate and reflect on the people I met in Bali, because I was attending a specific private event with over 70 people who are impact entrepreneurs, healers, coaches, truly incredible individuals who have their heart in the right place and are in their vision creating the new earth, right? So it was something that we all came together for the full month of April to start building solid systems of the new earth. So you can imagine that there has been a lot of things that I've been exposed to and required me to expand, right? And to let go of old ways of being or my old perceptions for me in order for me to upgrade, right? So this, I want to share some of the things that I've done over the past few days that actually helped me to ground this into my body, so that I feel more grounded as a new way, as a new version of Kristina. Because what I find, it is often people are doing healing work, upgrading and going to the events and so on and so forth, but we are forgetting about the physical body. And it is so important that we actually bring it and ground it into the earth, all of that information that we have received, into the physicality, into density, because this is where, from the place from where it will manifest, if you want to see the change in the density in which we are living in terms of dimension, kind of the layer of dimension, right? So just to give you an example, as I said, I came after Bali. There were a few days, then I went into the Healing the Heart retreat, which was 5 days away. Then I came back and I was like, whoa, it's like I felt so expansive, so high vibe. But yet, and let me know in the comments if you have experienced this feeling when you have been exposed to new individuals, new incredible individuals, or something new, right? And then you come home, you come back into your normal environment, so to speak, where it's less energetically noisy. And there's a lot of things happening in your bioenergy field, in your, light body, in your auric field. And it almost feels, if it's very high frequency, it almost feels like you're either high on life, right? Or it almost feels like some level of anxiety. It's like, whoa, what do I do now? There's so, life is amazing and there's so many things happening. It's like, wow, it's like, that's how I felt, literally. It's like there is happening so much in my bioenergy field, it's hard to grasp it, right? And I have this device, which actually is by heart math, right? It's measuring your heart coherence, which means, you're in a alignment. How coherent is your heart? So I was like, let me actually measure my heart coherence. And number one thing that, just to give you some numbers, so usually when you measure something, being at 1 you're pretty coherent, right? Anything like lower than 1 point, when you measure it with heart math, and I'm not sure if there's any other like tools, 1 is, you're pretty coherent, you're pretty good. And as you do your practice, you typically will increase. So number one thing that, and typically I will start like, when I do the session and the measure, I will be like 1.5 or 2 straight away. However, this time I sat down, I came after the retreat, and as I was sharing with you guys, I was feeling super expansive. And I remember the moment I connected the device, I was like 3.5 straight away. So I could see straight away the increase in my heart coherence, and this is what is happening, you guys, when you are surrounded by the people who are coherent themselves, who are operating from the heart. Because when we are surrounded with, other people, doesn't matter the higher vibrational or lower vibration, we will naturally try, unconsciously, our fields will start to blend together, right? We will form unified level of consciousness, in terms of like it will level out. So this is why what I'm saying, it's so important to surround yourself with people that you actually want to be surrounded with, people who uplift you, because that will start to put you in a better heart coherence. And the place of heart coherence is a place where we actually heal ourselves, where we can actually manifest the desires that we actually envision with a greater ease. So anyway, I digress. So, the number one thing is that, the moment I measured, I straight away could see that my heart coherence have improved, by spending the time in the nature, on the land, working with the land, and obviously with heart coherent people, individuals who are operating from heart consciousness. However, the interesting thing that I noticed as I was looking at my, the level of the frequency of my heart coherence, it was super inconsistent, because again, as I described, I was feeling like this some level of almost high but it was like excited anxiety, right? And you probably know that they're saying that excitement and fear is like the same energy, it's just like different frequency. So that's what I was experiencing. I was feeling super high, but at the same time, my energy was like it was going up and down. So I actually was not able to reach higher level of coherence. In the past, I have reached like between 7 and 8. So what I actually did after I measured the first time, I took some time to really tune in into my body, work with my body. And this is, the important part, why I'm saying it is crucial to do the embodiment work in your integration after, you have received upgrades, you have expanded yourself. Because because we can do the energy work, but if the new coding, the new frequencies that you are receiving in your body and energy field, if they are not able to drop into your physicality, into your density, into your cells and quantum particles, it will leave. It will not become embodied. Right? So I'm just taking the moment for you guys to sink in that information, because if there's no space to enter, it cannot. And this is what creates this buzzing feeling, this excitement, right? It's trying to penetrate from our field and drop into denser layers, right? From, there's many layers to our bioenergy field. The etheric body is the one from which our physical body grows. So, we need to actually embody it in the physical. So some of the things that, and we really discussed it during our Healing the Heart retreat, but number one is actually working with your nervous system, making sure that your nervous system capacity, that the nervous system has actually the capacity to receive this new information. And for a lot of the people, actually our nervous system have been, so traumatized and have been operating from a lot of tension due to polarity. And I have just recorded a video on the reality of polarity just before this one, so you can go check it out on my channel. But for so many of us, our nervous systems are actually, one, in contraction, and number two, are attuned to the suffering, that the suffering is our comfort zone, that the pain, no pain, no gain, hustle mentality, this is our safety zone. So when a more high frequency of love, of divine love, pure unconditional love and light is trying to come into through by our energy field and drop into our nervous system to become embodied, we're actually resisting, in our nervous system is not allowing that. So it's super important that we actually pay attention and create safety with our within our nervous system to receive this new information. So one of the ways of doing that is just literally just putting your heart on your hand on your heart, and creating coherence, right? It's breathing, slowing down your breath. Right? And, if you had a device to measure heart coherence, great. If you don't, you absolutely don't need it. First of all, it's coming into coherence within yourself, within your heart. And then what I like to do, I literally imagine my nervous system running through my body, and I, whichever way is most comfortable for you, but we need to make it comfortable, right? Being present with our nervous system. I see you, I love you, I honor you. Thank you for all that you do for me. Thank you. And just then listening if there's any resistance and identity, and welcoming that, accepting that, and soothing yourself, providing love, and then I just communicate with my nervous system that there's new information that is coming in. We do not need to, hold on to pain anymore, or an identity, and I consciously choose to release, and I consciously visualize, I consciously choose to expand my nervous system to receive more light. It is safe to be embodiment of the light. It is safe to hold higher frequency in your body, right? So first is the nervous system, creating the safety in your body to just receive that new higher pace, frequency, and emotions, right, into your physicality. So that's the nervous system, right? The heart coherence we already talked, so that there's actually a coherent information exchange. and again, you know, you guys, you can do it in a million ways. Please follow your own guidance system. Some of the things that I like to do is, you know, I'm very often massaging my arms, and it also provides muscular release, fascia release, to actually allow the density to flow out, right? Things like shaking, jumping, you know, you may also release some sounds to allow, right, for the higher frequency to drop into your body. Some of the long-term things, you know, I'm huge on colon cleanse. If you haven't watched my colon cleanse videos, you absolutely must. But yeah, it's all about, you know, embodiment work is one is the energy, you know, mental, emotional, but physical is so overlooked often. So again, working with your nervous system, creating safety in your body, heart coherence, making, you know, body movement in whichever way is most comfortable for you. And also what a visualization that I really like to do is I imagine how this coding and frequencies are dropping in from my bioenergy field into denser layers of bioenergy field, and eventually into the physicality, and then it enters, you know, my skin, my muscles, my fat tissues, cardiovascular system, nervous system, bones, organs, blood cells, you know, other cells, and on to the level of quantum particle. And as it vibrates, it raises the frequency of my quantum particle, and they come into union and harmony and coherence, right? And then I receive it in my body, and then I send usually an energetical cord from my root and my feet with this new information into the core, the crystalline core of the earth. Right? Those of you who have received healing human hologram sessions from me, you know that we do this anchor as we are vessels of light and information from the source through our vessel into the earth, right? So there's that. And yeah, any other way that I suggest you tune into yourself to help bring that information, that's the core message, bring that information that is in coming into your bioenergy field and trying to drop in, so that you actually become the embodiment of that version and that, you know, information that you have received, that you've been exposed to on your physical level. Because then from now on, this is the frequency you're going to be emanating, hence attracting more experiences like this into your life. Hence it will shape your perception, which will enable you to perceive life through a different lens of perception through which you were going to experience reality, right? So I hope that this is helpful, guys. Please let me know how this lands. If you had any aha moments, I would love to hear them. If this video was helpful, please give it a like so that I know that you would like me to talk more on these topics like this. And go check out my YouTube channel for more incredible videos about, you know, colon cleanse and all the playlists that are with activations. And there's incredible interviews with other light workers. I hope that all of this will be of service to you. I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you in my next video.